introduce yourself.
My name is David Springs. I'm a maker here at MakeICT in Wichita, Kansas. I make things. I make all kinds of things. His music is back here. And his speakers are in his legs. And I took him home for about 2 months, and he came back by popular demand. People listening. Got this guy for little 8-year-old, 8 and under Taekwondo students. You punch it and it lights up. And then he's got a Arduino in him that senses how much power you hit, and he basically punks the kids. My mama can hit harder than that.
All right. And what is your passion? What is the thing that drives you to be a maker?
Well, maybe it's creating things. It's having an idea and making it appear in your hands, no matter how long it takes.
Is there a particular medium or a creation that you prefer to work in?
No, nothing I prefer. I've done things in metal, wood, paint, electronics, just whatever strikes me that day.
And can you think of any projects you were particularly proud of, or that you like to show off?
I have one of my early projects was a whirly gig I did for a customer. I did one for myself, and then the customer saw it and wanted me to make one. It's a whirly gig. It's got Godzilla. And Godzilla comes out of Tokyo Bay, and they're the buildings of Tokyo, and Godzilla gets there. Then the buildings crack and the lights go out, and then it resets. It's kind of cool.
All right. And where did you learn to do the things that you do?
Here, I guess. I just showed up one day. I mean, everyone learns how to do certain things over their lifetime, but I think that finished skills came here.
So would you say you think you might be naturally gifted in certain, or are these things you learned to do along the way, and where?
Well, I mean, I'm old, so you learn things over your life. I don't think I'm particularly that gifted. I'm very lucky, though. I have a place where I can use a entire wood shop, an entire metal shop, an entire ceramics lab, a jewelry lab. So I'm really lucky, but I'm probably no more gifted than anyone else.
And if you were to encounter a young person today who wanted to do the things that you do, or do stuff like you do, what kinds of tips or advice can you offer?
Find a place like a makerspace and do a whole lot of listening and watching and participating and helping.
Okay. And here's the big question that's always fun to ask people. Who is a maker? Who belongs at a makerspace? Are there boundaries on that term, and what, if so, what are they?
The people that don't belong are the people that can't get along. Anybody else does belong. If they have a creative bone in their body, this is a good place, a good outlet for them.
Is there space in a space like this for poets or songwriters?
Sure. We don't have any, but they'd be welcome.
All right. And so the other thing I tend to ask people as I go to spaces, are there any things you're curious to learn about that other spaces do?
There are things other spaces have space for that I would love to see us have space for. That's just logistics. But we can do whatever we want here, so I guess there's no makerspace envy in that sense. You know, I visited another makerspace recently, and they had a chemistry lab. I thought that was the coolest thing. You know, people could just go in and just concoct whatever they wanted to do. I thought it was cool. They're really interested in science.
And one of the questions that sometimes comes up when I ask people this question is, how are other spaces interacting with the community around the space, benefiting the community and the towns that they are in? Do you have any thoughts on how this space does that?
Yeah, we have a lot of opportunities to interact with our city. We have, in particularly recently, we had one called Open Streets, where they blocked off our main drag here in town, and everyone just flooded it on foot, and we were open, and we had a lot of people come in, even some prospective new makerspace creators from other towns. It was kind of neat. But we do a lot of things. We do, of course, our mini maker fair here in town, and we have a annual river festival that we always participate in. We do things with the Girl Scouts and Boy Scouts and schools. So yeah, we get to do a lot of stuff with people.
And the other question that comes up is, how do other spaces deal with burnout? That's a big one.
I wish
Do you have any thoughts on how you guys manage?
I wish I knew. I go home and take a day off, but I guess burnout isn't as big a problem as it could be. I mean, if you love what you're doing, you put up with a lot. So certainly you get burnt out and stuff, but you don't have to. And so far, we've been lucky. We haven't had that as a major problem.
So, can you think of anything else about your experience here, or you personally as a maker, that you would like to share that I haven't asked about?
I could say that this turned out to be nothing like I expected when I first visited the makerspace. I've been a member for 3 years now. And I visited once. I didn't come back for a few weeks. I wasn't sure I even liked the place. And I've kind of been here every day ever since. So just about.